Day after the track. Got the car out of the trailer. We're just gonna pack the chutes. It's starting to rain. Old girl did good yesterday. Super stoked. Love this car. I'm gonna throw the chutes back in here and just get it inside for now and out of the rain. We can pack the chutes later, but I got them all nice and organized. Got the black sheep in its home and the door shut where it will go back to work. So this is the life of that car. It's going to go in this door, in the trailer to the racetrack, back in this door. So the black sheep is home. And this is how I said it only goes from this bay. It might go to the lift every once in a while, but it goes from this bay into a trailer to the track and back in this bay.
Back right in its home.
And yeah, I mean that's it. Old girl did good. We got a couple things to fix on it, a couple things to improve on, but other than that, super successful.
First time out with a brand new car.
Literally brand new. I mean, we've gone through, we changed the shocks, we changed the alignment, we changed the rear end settings. You rewired the car. It's a new engine setup for the vehicle.
We changed a bunch of valve train stuff.
Literally could not have asked for a better outcome. So what we'll do...
brand new tune-up either. The car's never been run. That tune-up is this tune-up from a different motor in a different car with a similar setup. So it's close, but...
a whole lot different.
A whole lot different. So, I mean, it's a first couple passes. That's why we didn't go flat out all the way through.
Get a percentage. 100% what this thing could do. Full tilt. We were on what percentage? Like 20%?
30%,
30%,
35%,
and it's just that.
Up top made a little mile an hour the last pass, not anywhere. It's still 20 or 30 miles an hour short of what it can do, but you know
what it can do every week.
Yeah,
not leaning on it.
And we still haven't even got to the point where we're putting enough power to it early enough to even tell if the converter we've got, or you know.
I robbed myself of a 480 pass.
Yeah, but honestly, the shifter robbed you.
Yeah, because this thing with people, unlike a turbo, this boost is directly correlated to RPM.
Yes.
So the more RPM you turn, the more boost it's going to turn. Obviously, there's a ceiling to it, but at 6,000 RPM, this thing is just catching its breath.
Yeah.
It's just getting ready to make some steam.
And when it's 6,000, when this thing decides to shift, because it's auto shifter, you know, it's knocking it back down to where it has to use the grunt of the motor to pull it back up where it wants to work.
Yeah. Well, what we're going to talk about today is pretty much what all is going on in here when a pass is being made, and we got some video clips from the track yesterday, so we'll use that as reference. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up outside real quick, then I'll hop in here and we'll just walk you guys through what all is going on, who I'm communicating with during the pass, and what all is happening. And I'm learning the car, and Ben's learning the car, and we're all learning together, and everything's we're all working together really good as a team, which is awesome. And so you guys can learn with us. That's what we'll talk about. So
gotta have a team to start with, because it's not a one-man operation.
No, it's a bunch of people, and it's crazy when it all comes together. It's badass. It really is.
Yeah, we had to work pretty good last night.
Yeah.
To be, I mean, I think we did. What we made that last pass, we got back around 11:10 or so, 11:15 to the pit.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to turn it around and actually get our last pass in before 12 when they shut the track down.
Yeah,
so
it was badass.
I think that's quite a quick turnaround time.
Especially for us, we've never, I mean, we're learning it,
Yeah,
you know?
That's quite quick, because normally, most normal events where there's no weather and there's no rush, really, I mean, most people with a setup like this, is even less than the small block boost stuff, they get, you know, hour 15, hour and a half.
Yeah. And the thing is, you might only have 45 minutes in the pits, but you go to the lanes, by the time you get to make a pass, look at this, the damn cowl making a mess. That cowl is gone this week. We'll run it hoodless. Yeah, that thing is gone. All right. We'll give you a rundown on what we got going on, start to finish, when we go to make a pass. So, first thing, pull the car up in the lanes, take the wheel off, get out, and it's time to start getting suited up. 20-layer pants, 20-layer jacket, head socks, got to wear the booties. I got the 20-layer gloves, Hans device, helmet. You got to hook up the radio, so you got a lot of stuff going on. So get in the car, and I got Chris, Ben, Wes, Logan, Jason, someone helping me get all strapped in because there's a lot of stuff going on.
You stay over here so you make sure he hears you. Yeah. If he puts the back left rear right where I put the X earlier, talk to him. John, you got me?
Perfect. Hey, can you grab my belt?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you definitely have to have help getting in this car, to be honest. You putting the window net up?
Yeah, we'll hear in a second. Let's do it. As you guys saw in the last video, got to tighten up the chest belts a little bit because when they pull the chutes, it was a lot. So get in the car, throw the wheel on. Make sure it's on there. We are good to go. So sitting in the car, all strapped in, make sure it's in park. Ben will open the door, saying something, pull a wheelie, do a burnout, make a pass, something like that. Something like that? Something like that. And then he'll say...
A bunch of yelling. Like, it's not really communication. It's like...
Yeah, something just like that. So what's it going to do?
Same thing as last time. It's just going to leave... It's going to shift at like 7,200 though. 73.
Alright, I'm going to pop the chutes.
Okay.
Both or just one?
Huh?
One or two?
Both.
Alright.
Pull the rope out of the other one, then.
I already got it.
Alright.
Just, hit me on the radio once you get the air and the chutes look like they're large.
I'll check them. And I'll hit the data logger for you.
We still got plenty. We still have 450 psi, so we got plenty of pressure still. So they'll pop right the hell on.
We know that if they fall out, they do deploy.
Hell yeah.
Lately, I've had Logan sitting over here because when I started up, the data log button is not working for some reason, so we're not worried about that, but it does have an option on the screen. So when I'm strapped in, I can't quite reach the screen, so Logan will be sitting in the door. I'll turn the fuel pump on. This is the prime pump, and what that does is that helps build fuel pressure with the vehicle not running because it has a mechanical fuel pump, and the only time it is building fuel pressure is when it's turning over. So to help kind of kickstart that is you turn on the electric fuel pump, it builds about 50 or so psi, and turn the ignition on. So this ignition is going to start your computer. So when I click this on, you'll see the Holly Dominator turns on. By the way, Holly Dominator, the GOAT. Is Holly Dominator not the best?
It's the easiest.
It is, yeah. It is the best.
By far.
By far. Turn the computer on, you got the fuel pump going, kind of sit here for a second, relax, let it build some fuel pressure. Logan will normally be like, all right, dude, enough waiting, let's fire this thing up and make a pass.
For a second. Like we did earlier.
Let's get it.
I'll see you there.
That's good.
Ready?
Yep.
So at this point, hammer the starter. You get it turning over a little bit. Wow, 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 wow. Ready?
Yep.
It's starting, and then you're going to click the second ignition, which is pretty much the injectors. So you turn that on, and then right then, shortly after, it's going to fire up. You are done up here. Click the fuel pump off, taillights on, and you are ready to go. Ben normally runs up there. Logan reaches forward, presses the data log, shuts the door. I'm on my own.
You're in your space.
I'm in my space. Ben is normally up there. Jason's up there. Logan's up there. They're going to navigate me through the water, and they stop me. So at that point, I'm in first gear. I got my foot on the brake. I'm sitting just past the water box. I get the signal to light it up. So what I do, unlike a turbo car, foot on the brake, normally at the bottom and then back it off once it cracks tires. This thing has a lot of ass, so you start rolling into it, you'll feel it, break the tires free. When it breaks the tires free, I'm off the brake, bump it to high gear, and then do a little burnout right at the end.
You just
You gotta, you can't
hit the throttle one time just to, cause it, you know, low RPM, it loads up a little bit in a burnout. I'd say loads up, probably not, but it's just,
we're just looking for a good excuse to do it.
to just whip it one time.
So you're not gonna draw an eye without a dot on top. So the dot at the end of your burnout is like, boom.
Have to be just like a boring little dot. Sometimes you can just,
Yeah.
it's like a little,
Wow, you know, I like it. I mean, it's badass. It's a Hemi. I mean, you got to do it. So you do the burnout, go forward, grab the brakes. At this point, it's in second gear. So you're going to put it into neutral, pop it in reverse, grab the trans brake, and start backing up. As I'm backing up, lately Jason's been in front of me, Ben is behind me, and between the two of them, they're getting me lined up, making sure I'm pointed straight down track and putting me exactly where they want me to go. Not always going directly in the groove, not always going to the right, not always to the left, depends on the track condition, what all's going on.
mm-hmm.
They pull me back beyond the beams, and I'm sitting there. Someone comes to the door, make sure my air is on, make sure parachutes are on. This is all crew work here. I can't see this, I'm strapped in. At that point, give a little pound, a little fist bump, shut the door, and I'm good to go. They'll walk on either side of the car, make sure everything sounds good. I'll see them give a thumbs up. They're really talking to Jason up there, and I'm waiting for Jason to pull me forward. This whole time I'm sitting here in neutral. Before he pulls me forward, bring the RPMs up a little bit, give it a little rev. Grab the brake, first gear, make sure you're in first, and now it is party time. Creeping forward, this thing, what I like about it is it moves. As soon as you let off the brake, it starts to go forward. You don't ever get stuck to the track and have to give it some juice. It's gonna move forward. So pulling forward, you'll see Jason. He'll stop. He'll say, all right, you got, how far is it?
So you got that much room.
And then from there on, I'm on my own. They pull me up close to the beam, so I'm not searching for them. I know I'm going to pull forward a little bit, and I'm going to see the pre-stage light come on. Pull forward, used to, grabbing the trans brake, build and boost, bumping in. Not this case. I am going to pull forward into full stage, grab the brake, and it is on from there. So grab the trans brake, off the foot brake, going to go to the floor, and tree's coming down.
That one's like one fluent motion.
Yeah. All at once, because if you let off the brake first and then grab the trans brake, you're going to roll through. So you're grabbing the trans brake off the brake to the floor, and you're waiting to see the light 5-finger discount coming up. You're ready, just pow! And you're off. And lately, everyone's been giving us hell. They're like, that thing's got no guts off the line. But that's what we're going for right now. We're just going to test.
I mean, first 4 passes, if we were to light the tires up,
useless.
Useless.
Absolutely useless.
You gain nothing.
Nothing. So, let off the trans brake, it starts going. The nice thing about this Mickey shifter and Ben in control of the Holly is it is going to shift. So I'm holding on the wheel, and pow, it shifts itself into high gear here. Ben could be the air shifter for this video. So I'm driving, I look over at it, boom, high gear. We are trucking. At this point, the Hemi is coming to life. Boost is building. High gear is the truth. And at this point, we are coming up to the traps, going through the traps, hit the air chutes, off the gas, gently grab the brakes, and from there, I mean, you're hauling ass. A lot of stuff's going on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in neutral, or I'm going to shut it off. Generally, I'll reach up here and I'll kill the injectors, kill the ignition, put it in neutral, and by the time the chutes grab some air, you are going slow. But by the time you do all of this, you are slowed down. The fastest the car has been, which is by choice, because we're not. Some people don't understand. I see them in the last video, which was the first track outing, and they're like, "Dude, that thing's gutless down low. That thing's got no balls. Turn it up." You know, they're like, it doesn't sound happy. It sounds like it literally, we are running that thing on very, very low efficiency.
The question is, turn it up to what?
Yeah,
we don't know.
What do we, like, we're out there private testing, there's no point to turn the wick up and hurt something.
We don't know what up is yet. You gotta figure out what is up before you know how to turn it up.
All we know is there's no timing in the car.
It's super fat.
It's fat, and
we're not leaving on a whole lot.
Not leaving on a whole lot. It's not turning a lot of RPM and not a lot of boost. So
and the third thing is, every pass we have to reconfigure the way that it's shifted through the Holly, because every pass, except for like the first one was 60 foot.
Yep.
The second one was 330,
which did have a shift in it.
You shifted the 330.
I did.
Correct?
Yep, I did.
So the third and fourth pass yesterday, it shifted on its own, which was enough for us to tell that we need to change something on the Holly. So we have to use the turnover clutch output in order to shift, so it's easier for us to manage. It's easier to say, just go in there and change the RPM at which it shifts at, but shifting both those passes too early, which is going to be detrimental to a centrifugal blower setup. So far, that's it.
Hey, can we just take a note on the cable saver here? Our cable is saved. We saw someone sacrifice the Dominator at the track. We were at the track. Motion Raceworks sells this badass cable saver, and someone didn't have it, and they absolutely smoked their ECU.
Yeah,
they had to pack it up and go home because they couldn't put a tune in the car.
Yeah, the like fuel tune was not even in there, and and they had no way of changing anything. So
go on Motion Raceworks, look at their stuff. Strange Engineering. All my sponsors are down below. Go check them out. Brazil Performance Fabrication, got a link to the external trans coolers down below. Check those guys out. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.